Welcome. It's Dr. Colli Christante from Colli Talks, Transformative Conversations. Today, we are going into the deep infrastructure of the human spirit. I'm speaking to you as a specialist with over 30 years of experience at the intersection of high performance and radical resilience. I've written the national manuals for the Canadian Figure Skating Association. And I've trained elite athletes in the NHL, NBA, and PGA. I've taught in universities and colleges, specializing in the mechanics of the zone. And I've also worked with a lot of young people that are up and coming in their chosen fields. And it's all been amazing. It really, really has. But my true authority was forged in a different kind of fire. Despite my professional success, I once found myself in a women's shelter after surviving stalking and attempts on my life. It was in that state of absolute vulnerability that I created the courage to be. You see, I didn't just teach it, I lived it to survive. And then later, I taught it as a volunteer in shelters to give back to the women who were exactly where I had been. What I had discovered is that whether you are a pro athlete or a woman reclaiming her life, the brace of trauma is the same. So today, well, maybe it's your morning, your afternoon, your evening, but for me, right this moment, it's today. And so today I am marrying the technology of the body with the most significant system anchor there is, the mother wound. Now, why the mother wound is supreme? Well, we need to understand why the mother wound is so significant. You see, systemically, your mother is your first experience of life force. She's the first person you fall in love with. And in the field of family constellations, we say success has the face of the mother. Bert Hellinger, Mark Woolen. If you have a lifelong block, if you feel invisible, unsupported, or like you are constantly hitting a glass ceiling, it is often because your unconscious mind is still bracing against the source of life. When we reject the mother, or even when we pity her and try to save her, we are looking backward. And when you look backward at the past, you cannot see the harvest in front of you. You are working with only half your power because the other half is tied up in systemic loyalty to her, perhaps to her struggle. You are literally refusing to be more successful than she was as a way of staying loyal, perhaps to her pain, smaller, never bypassing her success. In my work, I call this the brace. It is a neurobiological emergency response. If your mother was traumatized, experiencing what is clinically known as bonding trauma, she couldn't be the mirror you needed. Dr. Gabor Mate talks about this when, the mother looks into the newborn's eyes. Was she there or was she checked out? You learned to be unbreakable to survive. But that armor that saved you in the past is the very thing blocking your abundance today. You can have the best credentials in the world. You can train to be the best in whatever arena. But if you haven't healed that root, you will remain poverty ridden in your soul. You are trying to run a high performance engine on a fractured foundation. And think about that, high performance engine on a fractured foundation. It's not going to work. And that is why the courage to be is the essential partner to this work. I use the technology and the chakras to clear the lower triangle and make room for the heart. And as you know, if you've done yoga or you've talked to people who do, chakra one, right? The root. This is your foundation. So we're going to move from resentment into acceptance, the talent of the first chakra. We accept that the life she gave you is enough because that's all she could. And chakra two, the sacral, where creativity lives. This is the yoni, right? This is where we clear the goo of manipulation and guilt and shame and blame. And if you were a pawn in your mother's drama, your creative fire is being used to keep her warm. So we're going to take that fire back. And then chakra three, the navel, the hara, your center of willpower. We activate this to give you the commitment to be fully alive, not just a survivor. It's so interesting about that point because that's where, the heavens above and the earth below meet, right? Yeah, it's in that area. So when these three are clear, you can move to the heart, the neutral place. And this is where you stop being a victim of your lineage and start being the sovereign of your destiny. The courage to be is the courage to be different from your lineage. It is the courage to be happy, to be wealthy, to be seen. Even if the women who came before you weren't, you honor them by being the one who finally succeeds. You turn around, put those thousands of grandmothers behind you, and let their 30,000 plus years of resilience become the wind at your back, not the turbulence in your front. Now, I want to talk about May 3rd in the future. Because this work is so significant, I'm opening a sacred space for a small in-person intensive in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Now, I know a lot of you who listen to this are all over the world, and I'm so grateful to you. Oh my gosh. I just wish I could be and come to all the places where you listen from, because I have so much that I would love to be there and share with you. But for this specific time, on May 3rd, I'm hosting the Healing the Mother Wound, the Courage to Be in Saskatoon. Now, this circle is strictly limited to only 8 women. You see, we need that intimacy to do the surgical work of releasing these systemic blocks. But wait, to claim one of those seats, email me. And I'm going to be posting simultaneously the information about this online. And it's, at innerexpression88@gmail.com. But for those outside the city or the country, stay tuned because the online course will follow this. Oh, yes. There's no way I could not bring this to you. And if you find that you would like to bring me to where you are, to sponsor me, this isn't just going to be something that is an hour or two. It can be a day or 2 or 3. There's so much to do here. So again, I'm Dr. Colli Christante, and I've walked through the fire, and I've trained the athletes, and I've trained elites, and I've trained so many people. But I've also been in the trenches with the brokenhearted and the marginalized. And I'm here to show you the way to your neutral place. So for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever. And just know I'm here for you. And I'm sending you lots of love and soul hugs. Bye for now.